We are talking on the topic discipline as a game changer. Discipline as a game changer. If you put in strikers in a game, the game changes. So if you can introduce discipline, discipline is like training yourself to maintain a behavioral lifestyle. It takes self to develop that attitude. You're training yourself to maintain a behavioral lifestyle. And it involves determination. You need to be intentional about it. You need to be, purpose-driven. If you must, be disciplined. It has stopped many, even from the top. Lack of discipline. We're not talking of general discipline, we're talking of self-discipline, which is something you have to develop by yourself. You cannot teach it. You have to take a decision by deciding on certain things. How do I behave? When do I act? What do I do? Why do I behave the way I behave? And how do I behave how I behave? If you can answer those W questions of your life, you will be so determined to achieve a lot, because it can produce moral and mental improvement in one's life. Discipline. That's why I say it's a game changer. Immediately introduce it in your lifestyle. Your pattern of operation changes. It changes. It regulates your life. It controls your behavior. It makes you act the way you act. So you must be able to be determined to introduce it at each stage of life. Like there's no time you say, I can no longer be disciplined. Some people behave the way they behave because of their character from their foundation. But one thing that can change, even if somebody has a bad foundation, you can take a decision. Discipline yourself. In areas, there are several areas you can discipline yourself. You can discipline yourself in diets. Healthy eating is something you can introduce by yourself. A lot of us are eating junks, which is affecting our lives. It might not start affecting us now because we are still young. But later in life, a lot of people, mature people, are even regretting their lifestyle at younger age. A lot of sugar that have been taken. If we can learn it earlier, it will help us. That's dietary discipline. You equally have another aspect of discipline, which involves physical discipline. Today you see people going for gym, going for exercise. What are they? They are trying to, those characters are not so easy. So I want to be exercising 30 minutes a day. It's not so easy to start it. That's why I say maintaining a behavioral lifestyle over a long time. It takes a lot of personal will. So doing yourself, say no. Certain time it's not easy to start it. That's why you don't even set a goal that is very cumbersome, that you cannot handle. Then you must start gradually. Say, oh, I want to start waking up 5 a.m. And you know on your usual way, you don't. So you cannot just take off to 5 a.m. You have to start as simple as 6 a.m. So, okay, I think 6 a.m. is easier for me. So when you're setting a goal, you must be able to set a goal that you can start off. So I want to be reading for 5 hours. You know you can't read for 1 hour. You can't start with 5 hours. So you must start your goal in a very simplest manner. You can remind yourself, because this being disciplined is that you know what to do by yourself. It's not somebody reminding you. That's a disciplined person. You could imagine somebody you know that is very disciplined. Some people are very disciplined in their dressing. From the time they are buying their clothes, they know what to buy. They know they don't dress anyhow. That's discipline. Still on physical discipline. That's how you dress now. You have made up your mind, this is how I dress. No matter, even if the clothes is dashed to you, somebody just travel and give and say, I'm giving you this, you say you not collect, because that's not your pattern of dress. That's a lot of discipline to get to that point, even when you are giving something free. Some people are simple as food. They say they don't eat this type of food, even when it is in a very big party and it's free, they will still not eat it. So you have a lot of determination to do for yourself, because you're getting into the larger society where everything is just available. So if you are not disciplined, you will just be overshadowed with the environment. So you must be able to handle diet discipline, handle physical discipline, which involves your appearance, doing a lot of exercises by decision, by default, when I wake up, this is the first thing I'm going to do. And over time, you get used to it. That's why it's maintaining a pattern over a period of time. That's discipline. And it takes a lot of hard work on yourself. Being sincere to yourself is a key. You know your weaknesses, you know your inadequacies, you know your challenges. So you have to be sincere to yourself if you must develop discipline. Not setting a disciplinary plan for yourself that past this thing cannot work. We have spiritual discipline. Although I have to read my Bible, I have to pray, I have to fast. Some people have to discipline themselves to do some of those things. Daily devotion, and some people can walk out of their day. They just get on like that. Yeah, it's normal for them. But when you want to set a spiritual discipline, you have to now plan yourself. I must pray for 30 minutes. I must pray for 5 minutes. These are things you set it as a goal for yourself. And if you don't set goal for yourself, so many things are valuable to distract one. That's spiritual discipline. We equally have financial discipline. If you don't learn financial discipline on time, even when you have money, you can't really use it well. Today, a lot of people have income, but they cannot really account how they spent it. It's when they sit down to say, I got this income, because they are not disciplined. So you must be able to have record of your income and record of your expenditure, not waiting until you start earning money, as in quotes, your salary. We're all earning money, even as little as transport fare. How do you spend it? That's discipline. Not everything you see, you buy. You see, friends are buying, you just want to buy. Even when it's not needed. A lot of us have so many things in our homes that we don't even use. Some of them are clothes, some of them are shoes. That is not even needed. You don't need it. Friends, we are buying. Sometimes even food, some drinks. You just see people buying drinks, you just follow. Even when you know this drink, I don't like it. Some are taking drinks and they went to go and vomit it. Why? They just follow the crowd. So we just have to start developing some of these attributes, because the challenges in the society is individualistic if you must control yourself. So habit of financial discipline is so important. A lot of people have worked in very multi-billion companies. They cannot account what they use their money for because they did not inculcate discipline in their growth. Discipline in their growth. They don't know how to spend their money. They don't know how much came in. Because if they check how much came in, they will now know. I remember a guy that worked in a place in Shell for several years, and when he was paid off over how many millions, he's still on rent. Because when the money came, the first thing he bought new car for himself, bought new car for the wife, bought new car for the children, still on rent. That's his level of knowledge. Until today, the work has ended. No other income, and children are suffering. So we cannot make the same mistake. So you must be able to count yourself. How much am I making? As early as now. As early as now. That's financial discipline. And we also have love discipline. So you should be able to be intentional about the people you share your love with. Because you are in a society where you mingle with everybody. You mingle, you see people every day. So if you are not disciplined, you'll be overtaken by people's statements. I love you, I love you, and that's it. So you must be disciplined up to selection and relationship and in interacting with yourself with other colleagues, other friends, other classmates. If you are not disciplined, you will just see yourself overtaken because so many things are out there. So you must be intentional in who you share your love with. You must be intentional, the standard you're keeping for yourself growing up, because a lot of people made mistakes without knowing. So for you to have opportunity to know earlier, it will help you to arrange yourself. We equally have another type of discipline is mental discipline. Mental discipline, it involves a lot of things. You have emotional discipline under mental discipline. Being able to know how to forgive, because people will step on your toes. So you need to be mentally alert to be able to overlook certain things. Forgive people. Deal with rude people that you meet on the way. That's why you see some people, they begin to fight when they did not plan to fight. Because they are not disciplined. But if you are disciplined, you would have given yourself some rules and regulations over your life. I can't fight. I can't quarrel. I can't keep malice. No matter how the closest roommate is with you. It takes a lot of discipline to be able to see somebody outside your vicinity to take as a brother, as a sister, without any attachment. So you have to start developing yourself because you don't know where you will meet the next person. So you have to begin to develop some of the attributes, because what you hear in the society, say, I cannot do this, I cannot do this, it will shock you how you act, even when you are faced in the same situation. So you have to start developing certain attributes. Discipline your thoughts. That's mental. And how do you start handling that? You have to start knowing what to read. What are you reading? What are you listening to? You must discipline your mental mind, your thought life. Because a lot of people reacted what they never imagined. You know, we are not talking into marriage. A lot of people fought into marriage, quarreled into marriage because they didn't control themselves. Discipline is something you begin to cultivate even as a child, as a youth, as a teenager, no matter your age, because you meet with people every day. And discipline is something that nobody is imposing it into you. You have to take a decision, and you don't start on a very heavy thing. So, 5 minutes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to act on this. And you begin to develop, because discipline is something that happens over time. You see all these ones we can call footballers, boxers, and all of them. Wrestlers in different caliber. They didn't get to that point. This is something they kept doing over the years. It became part of their life. So if you begin to develop some of these attributes over the years, it will become part of your life. So we have to start developing some of those things. Another final one is like soul winning. So interacting with people, you meet with people, what do you impact into them? Just discipline. Can take a decision. Anybody I meet, I must leave you with a smile. I must leave you with joy, with happiness. You have disciplined yourself. People, that's what causes attraction to people. You meet with people, you have been attracted to the others. Why? You have developed yourself over the years. Lack of self-discipline can stop that rich goal. You lack self-discipline. That big idea you're thinking of can be stopped because your vision is motivated by self-discipline. Your vision, that big vision you're planning, can be motivated. I encourage us to think through some of these things we're talking about. You might not remember them, but later in life, it is critical. As simple as physical discipline, dressing. You know what to how to dress. Even when they dash you the clothes, you say, no, I don't wear this. No, I don't dress like this. Why? Look at where I'm going. Because they say the way you dress is the way you'll be addressed. So if you want to be addressed right, you must be able to dress right. So I encourage us, and I pray that God will help us all.